Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring our meeting to order. Would you please, City Clerk, would you call the roll of council?
Yes, sir. The Honorable Mayor Pro Tem Alex Heath.
Present.
The Honorable Linda J. Davis.
Present.
The Honorable Samantha Hudson.
Present.
The Honorable Hattie Portis Jones.
Present.
The Honorable Ulysses J. Smallwood.
Absent.
Absent. And the Honorable James Whitmore.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Okay. At this time, we'll go to our first agenda item.
The first agenda item is Fairburn University presentation by our Communications Director.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
Jacqueline Howell, Communications Director for the City of Fairburn. And I am excited to share with you the launch of a powerful new initiative called Fairburn University. Is this? This is a 5-week program which invites residents and business owners for a behind-the-scenes look at how our city works. It's all about opening doors, building relationships, and promoting engagement between the city and its community members. We have heard questions from our residents about how city projects and decisions are made, where their tax dollars are going, and who to contact when they need help. Fairburn University answers those questions while fostering civic pride and trust. This program positions Fairburn as a transparent, accessible, and community-focused city aligned with our comprehensive and strategic plans. Our objectives are to go beyond just education. We're aiming at impact. Fairburn University will help nurture future community leaders, volunteers, and even advisory board members. This is a strategic investment in our city's long-term civic health. Each session is thoughtfully structured to give participants a meaningful experience. Whether you're a longtime resident or a business owner, this program offers valuable insight into how Fairburn runs day in and day out. Each week dives into different themes and set of departments. The progression is intentional, starting with foundational knowledge and expanding to quality of life, safety, and service delivery, as well as community engagement. The final week concludes with a graduation ceremony recognizing their commitment with a call to action to become a volunteer. Department heads will play a significant role in this program by presenting their structure of their departments, how their department runs, and just giving the citizens an inside glimpse of their day-to-day interactions. Why does this matter? Why does this matter? The return on investment is clear. Residents who understand how the city works are more likely to support city initiatives, volunteer, and share accurate information with their neighbors. It is a meaningful way to strengthen the social fabric of Fairburn. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for your continued commitment to civic engagement. We ask that you help promote this program by sharing it with your constituents and other networks. Your visible support, especially at graduation, will mean a great deal to both the participants as well as the staff. Thank you for your time.
Okay, does any members, excuse me, does any member of council have any questions regarding this item?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead, Ms. Hudson.
Can you please tell me more about the detailed content from the departments that's going to be shared?
Well, we have not actually structured the detailed content. They'll just basically be sharing their day-to-day roles. So a day in the life of, if you will, to let the citizens know. Say, take me for example. I will discuss with the citizens what communications does for the city and how we help to promote the city. as well as what our day in and day out looks like.
So the 5-week culmination to graduation will consist of them meeting with departments, and the departments speaking with them about their duties and functions?
Yes, ma'am. And this is something that's standard throughout several cities in the metro as well.
Well, I'm very familiar with Union Cities, and what they have is in-depth. So I would be interested in looking at the detailed information.
And we can provide that too.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You have the floor.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
Yes, I have one.
Yes, ma'am, and then Mr. Whitmore.
Regarding the 5 weeks, it's 1 day a week.
Yes, ma'am.
And how many hours of that day?
Approximately 2.5.
Okay.
So
And it's,
we'll start at 6 p.m. and then end around 8:30 p.m.
okay, that was my next question.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you.
Mr.
Oh, and are
Whitmore.
you developing flyers or anything?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Whitmore, go ahead, sir.
Oh, I didn't have my hand up, sir. I was just,
I apologize, I thought I saw you. Anybody up to my left?
no, sir.
Okay, seeing none.
Thank you.
Next item.
Thank you.
The next item is a moratorium on multifamily development by the Planning and Zoning.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Staff is recommending a moratorium on multifamily development along the Highway 74 overlay district. This is to provide some additional time to do some analysis. We've seen a lot of significant growth. That growth correlates with the housing study that we completed. We've received a lot of feedback from the general public, both from the comp plan process and also from the strategic plan. And at this point, we don't have any active applications. And what that simply means is that implementing a moratorium when there are no active applications under review ensures a fairness to the process. It allows staff sufficient time to do research, to make sure that the existing developments that have been approved, things like traffic study, things like types of materials, we've had to kind of work with developers to get that standard instead of it being embedded in our ordinance. So we want to give that time. This is just a synopsis from the housing market study that was completed, especially as it relates to multifamily development. Of course, we've seen a lot of growth on 74, and we want to see more growth near the downtown area. And we just want to make sure that whatever happens, that we have sufficient public input, that we have time. And this is just a moment where we don't have any applications under review. So we are recommending a moratorium if that aligns with council. So the next step would be finalizing the language for the document and placing it on the next available agenda. Any questions or?
Go ahead, Ms. Davis.
Yes. Do we have any property on 74 that would be suitable for a mixed-use multifamily development now?
There are some properties that the comprehensive plan does call for mixed-use developments, yes.
Okay. And I noticed on the agenda, Highway 74 wasn't listed, so I see you're focusing on Highway 74 and not
Citywide.
citywide. Okay. All right. And what were some of the comments from our citizens in reference to make you, I think it's a great idea as it relates, if you're focusing just on Highway 74. I think it's a great idea. But what were some of the feedback from our citizens in reference to that?
I think it was a mixture of folks who were just adamantly opposed to any kind of multifamily development. And then there were folks who, were in support of it, but they want to see the kind of designs and elements that they see in other communities. And the missing piece in ours is really just the regulations that would require those kinds of things. So it wasn't, for the folks that were in support of seeing mixed-use developments, understanding that we have a growing housing market, they just wanted to see more commercial piece as a part of it, and just the same things that they see when they travel to other areas that are, growing.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Mr. Whitmore.
Thank you, Mayor. My question is, I'm going to piggyback on my colleague there. I think the question was, do we, the city of Fairburn, have any property on 74?
Does the city own any property on 74? Yes.
Okay, I didn't hear that, and we talked about the other, so. So you are aware, I'm sure, that there has been some interest in some potential development wherever the city may have some property, and there are people approaching in reference to that, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. My other question would be the moratorium. I figured most of the questions probably would have stemmed from traffic, but we know that's going to be almost eliminated or possibly eliminated with the construction on 85, 74, going down to, I can't think of the development, but it's going to be 4 lanes down to 3, down to 2. So that's going to assist in a great deal. But I was kind of curious because when I looked at this, I was trying to figure out, well, where is this coming from? Because the history has been one of the reasons, well, there has been one reason that our city was redlined, and you understand what that means.
Sir.
Then on top of that, we don't have enough rooftops to get the things that we're looking for and desiring based on what our citizens have said to us. So now, based on your articulation, it sounds more or less along the lines of, based on what we have, based on what we have as future development, you're just trying to get a grasp on what's happening and also come up with some standards that will be universal on the 74 corridor. Am I correct with that
That is correct.
analogy? Okay. And then my last question would be, if this moratorium is passed, how much time is going to be required by you for this review?
90 days.
90 days? Okay. Thank you.
That's it.
Yeah, so I don't have to repeat everything he said. So this is a 90-day moratorium, did you ask?
Yes, that's what we're proposing.
Okay, all right, and the citizens, you got feedback during the comp meeting?
Yes. Well, we've also had a number of rezoning, so we attend all of those community meetings. So between the comp plan, between the rezoning hearings, we've gotten feedback from everyday residents and developers understanding both of their challenges.
Okay, do we have projects that have been approved that's gonna be occurring during this 90 days? Or there's nothing gonna happen at all?
Well, the moratorium would be applicable only to a rezoning application. So for the existing projects that are already approved, they have entitlements, so they could move forward with theirs. So you'll see potentially a concept plan for something that's been approved, maybe a land disturbance permit or something like that. So it doesn't stop it. It just says for any new development that's happening, we're putting a pause on any rezoning application so that we can make sure that that new standard is in place before we receive any applications.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question? You had another question? Okay. No other questions? Thank you.
Thanks, thank you.
Thank you.
It was quicker than I thought it would be. Okay. Members of council, at this point, we can adjourn until 7 o'clock.